Hey, this is Rick with Mike and Rick Outdoors, and I'm back here at 11 Mile Reservoir in Colorado near Lake George. And I came out with my kids this morning, and we had learned a lot last time about when to fish, what time to fish, morning and night, how to set the weights and the power bait. And so I'm out here. I was wanting to start fishing about 5:30, but it's like 6:20 right now, which is still really early. And so I'm going to fish for about 2 to 3 hours. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys what, hopefully we'll be successful with the fishing and take another shot at 11 Mile Reservoir, because there are some big fish in here. Before I go any further, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. Now, you'll notice that Mike's always the one in the video fishing, but I got tired of him taking all the limelight and all the credit, so not really. I just wanted, because I live here in Colorado, I was like, why not get out here and do some more fishing and see, just, it's not just about getting the videos, it's about getting fresh trout, and because you can keep no more than 2 over 16 inches out here on the rainbows. And this is what I'm geared up here for today. I just wanted to show you really fast what I've done, and this is what we've learned. We've got these, they're either barrel weights, some people call them worm weights, and the line goes through this weight, and then it's tied off, and I've got a swivel right here. I don't know if I needed the swivel, but then there's another, about a 12-inch line. I made it about 18 inches, but when I tied each end, it ends up being around 10 or 12 inches, but from the weight, it's about 12 or maybe 14 inches. And then I've got the power bait. This is the power bait that it's the salmon eggs. And then I've also got one that's garlic. So what happens is when you throw this out, then the power bait floats. So the weight sits on the bottom, then this will be about 12, 14 inches off the bottom. What Rick said from the store over here, and it's over on the northeast side of the lake by the marina, he really knows what he's talking about. And there's only one store out here besides what's at the marina. But he said that have this line from the weight to the bait, 12 to 18 inches, so it'll float, so the crawdads won't get to the bait, only the fish will. So we're gonna go just start fishing here. And this is a reel I've had before. This is, I think, a casting reel. I am new to fishing, and my dad, in Oregon, he fished and I fished with him. I always skunked him. Anytime I'd go out, he wouldn't catch anything. So I'd not really fished a lot, and I videoed Mike fishing, but this is really my first time out by myself to go fishing. So if you see me doing things wrong, leave comments and give advice, because I want to learn how to become a better fisherman, show some really cool fishing for you guys, and have some good fresh trout at home. And so I'll be cooking some stuff at home. I'll actually show some videos of things I'm learning and testing how to cook and what I like better. But hopefully I look like the fisherman today. Maybe I'm not a fisherman, but maybe I look like one. Thanks to Paramount Outdoors, though, for the waders. And I'm going to do a separate review. I've got hip waders on, not hip waders, they're chest-high waders. And I've got this vest on here. I'll do a separate review on that too. But just real quick, you can see that I've got these chest-high waders. They're front zippered. Really like that. It's easier to get in and out of. I got their best boots. Actually, they got their hat also, and their shirt. Most everything I'm wearing today is from Paramount Outdoors. Check them out. These waders and the shirts and everything have been holding up really well. But let me stop talking. Let me throw this out there and see if I can catch some fish today. Well, it didn't spool up, or it didn't. Sometimes these will unravel, the line will come up on me, but it didn't this time. It wasn't the best cast, because I'm pretty new at this, so we're gonna just see about this. I think I need to tighten this up a little bit to where it's a little snug. Yep, there it goes. Probably need to tighten it up a little too much there. I'm just gonna stop talking and we're going to see if I catch anything. And if it wasn't a very good cast, which it wasn't, then I will recast and try again. Well, while we're waiting, I also want to tell you about this fishing vest. It's the first fishing vest I've ever owned, honestly, and it's called the Bass Dash. And I was looking for one. This is not a flotation device. I will have another one when Mike and I go out on the boat, and I'll have that. But I didn't want one that was really bulky. I wanted to have something that, I thought looked nice, but had enough pockets, but wasn't too big. I'm gonna need to keep turning around and checking my line here. Probably should be on the other side of it to watch it, but that power bait, it smells. It's got a real strong smell, and then those fish will come around and find it. But what's really nice is I've got two smaller pockets right here. I keep my hooks and my swivels in these pockets, and then there's some bigger pockets right behind it. And here's where I keep my power bait. I've got two of them. And there's just really a lot of convenient pockets right here. On either side, there's deeper pockets that go in sideways. And I keep my weights in one of these. And then there's pockets above here too. These are big pockets. They go down deeper. And I've got my stringer in one of these right here. And so both sides, there's these deep pockets up top. If I have anything in here? Yep, I sure do. This is my extra fishing line right there. Then on the sides, there's pockets here on the side. And where is it? Right here. There's a pocket right here. It wouldn't fit a phone or anything. It might fit some good lures, like longer lures on these side pockets. Then inside, there's another big pocket inside of this. And then on the back, and there's probably a pocket here that I'm missing. And there's little pockets or mesh pockets on the front. And on the back, there's a bigger pocket back here. Now I don't have anything in that pocket because I have my backpack with me. And I got a really great chair from REI that folds up. It's super lightweight, has a back to it. Actually, my kids have it over here. But I'm going to do a review on that chair. But I've carried very little out here to this morning. I actually got ready last night, all my gear ready. I mean, I had the line, the hook, the weight, and I had practiced casting because this casting reel is a little different than a typical reel, and I had everything ready in my vest. My waders were in a different duffel bag. Had my backpack ready, water, bug spray, all that. I was all ready last night, and of course have this net. This is a brand new net too, and so I was ready. Then we got up at 2:30 this morning and hit the road I wanted to hit the road at 3, but we left about 3:20. It was maybe about an hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours to get here. Got some ice, put it in the ice chest, and we're ready. So it was really easy to get out of the truck. I didn't have to set anything up. We just came out here. I actually bought this, a rod holder right here. And that's real nice, and so I'm set. There just wasn't a whole lot to bring out here. It's a matter of coming out and enjoying the day. Well, I'm actually going to change up some bait here. I'm using the power bait. I moved to a different area, more out on the point here, and now I'm probably 100 yards away from where I was just at. But I really want to, I don't want to sit in the same spot all the time. I've been sitting for, I guess probably about 45 minutes. But I'm trying a different bait. This one's garlic, and I'm in a different spot. So, again, this is my first time fishing. So I'm going to, just see what it's like and try a few different things. See if something that works. This looks like slightly more shallow. Over there, it seemed to drop off a little bit more. And I did have some grass on the line when I just pulled it in. I don't see any grass out here. And really, you want to be where the crawdads are at. I see some grass over there in the water, but I'm going to reset to my line or put some new bait on it, and let's see what happens. Well, and as you can see today, It's what I would say is stunning. And there's something real big in the water right here. It's probably a beaver swimming right out in front of me. There's two of them, and they just dove down. Pretty cool. So yeah, there's a little bit of, I don't know if you call it seaweed, but grass here on this. There was a pretty, yeah, those are beavers. They're right out in front of me right here. That's pretty cool. All right, so what Rick said was to get about a thumb, size of your thumb as far as this bait on the hook. That looks about a thumb size right there. But you know, if you don't get the bait in the water, you can't catch anything. I know that's profound. You guys, you're like, yeah, it's first time fishing, and I'm that smart. Yeah, well, not that smart. Maybe, you know, I haven't been fishing. Maybe it's just not smart. My dad fished a lot, but I'm telling you, when I went fishing with him, I no joke, he would get skunked all the time. And I remember this one time we were in Oregon. It was I think it was a reservoir. It was some on a lake, and we lived in Roseburg or Sutherland, we lived in Oakland or Sutherland for a while. It was the Oakland School District, and then I grew up, you know, my high school years I was in Roseburg. And anyway, we were up the Umpqua Highway towards Diamond Lake, and somewhere up there is a reservoir or lake, and we were fishing, and my dad had a boat. I don't know if it's one he owned or had rented or something. And this stuff is really smelly, so don't get it on your hands if you can help it. But, well, you have to get it on your hands, but clean it off because it stinks. But we were up there, and we went out early morning, and we were fishing. He caught nothing, and I was getting sick of it. As a young boy, I'm like, come on, Dad, let's get real. This is boring. So I got off off the boat. He let me off. I went back to the campsite, and 2 hours later, no joke, he comes back with this string of fish. And, well, you know, he says it's because of me. But what happened during that time is they also, water level, they put additional water into the reservoir. And so the water rose, and then the fish, I guess he said, started feeding near the bank on the grass and stuff, or, you know, not the grass, but whatever they do. And they just started biting. And so yeah, he always said I skunked him. Well, I didn't realize, I forgot I had my backpack on here, but anyway, I'm gonna go clean my hands off and get this thing thrown in the water. All right, all you expert fishermen, don't give me grief on the way I cast. I really have not fished much. And it's different too. When you're casting, one with this casting reel, and then also with the way the weight's hooked up, at least I think it's a little different. Versus if you have it's just different. You guys know, if you can experience different things you put on to make the cast different. So let's see if I can get it out there a ways. Well, that's not horrible. I've had a lot worse casts than that. So we're gonna tighten this up enough. I know it's sitting on the bottom. I think it's pretty shallow out there. So I've got my handy dandy rod holder right here. Got a little tension on the line. Different spot, different bait. We'll keep trying. Now, I've told you already in this video that they say the time to fish out here is nighttime. So if you come out to 11 Mile Reservoir and you want to catch trout, don't come out during the middle of the day. Yeah, I did see one guy catch an 18-inch about trout in the middle of the day. And, you know, it does happen. but if you want to catch a lot in their prime time, come out at night from about 7 p.m. till about 10 or 11 p.m. Well, we were talking to Rick at the store over here on the northeast side of the lake by the marina. Go check that store out and talk to him if you want some good advice. But he was saying that the trout can see, visually see, and then they have their sense of smell. So at night, he said they're using a lot of their sense of smell, and this bait really stinks. So if they're swimming by here at all, they should get a good whiff of this garlic power bait. It's not so hard to sit here and wait on a trout when it's so beautiful. The weather's absolutely gorgeous. The canyon's right over there to the 11 Mile Canyon, the dam. I'm at pretty far east, to the east end of the lake. And it's just not hard to wait when it's so beautiful. And you got the birds singing, and there's hardly any wind. A fish just jumped. I mean, the way I'm catching fish like crazy here. Oh, a big one just jumped out there. Come on. I'm going to show you around the lake here real quick, because I'm at the southeast corner of the lake. And over here, I'm looking more to the, I guess, southwest. And that's the south. There's Witcher's Cove is right here, and that's the boat ramp. And they check your boats, because there's some things they don't want coming in or out of this lake, as far as, I don't know if it's snails or different types, whatever it might be, but they'll check you. But this boat ramp is only open, I think, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can't get access to this ramp during the week. There's an island right over here, and I'll just let you know, they have signs posted all over that island. They do not want anybody on it. Well, this has been about 2 hours and haven't gotten any nibbles at all. So I'm going to head back over to the country store or whatever and talk to Rick, because I know there's fish in here and people catch some really nice fish, and quite a few of them. And I am not. I'm new to this. I know I have the right bait, and I know I've hooked up the weight with the with the hook and the bait correctly. So I'm gonna go over there and talk to him, though, because there's two things I don't know about right now. And I'm in a fairly shallow area right here. I've been in some different shallow areas along on this peninsula here, or this point. And there was some places where I was in some grass, and now I don't really think I'm in grass right now. But across, there's an inlet over here, and across from me, there's a bunch of rocks, and it looks like it drops off a little bit faster into the water. And I don't know if you need to be a little bit deeper, if there's better places along the shoreline. I know farther over here there's another area where there's rocks, and I know he said before where it drops off. So I want to go find out, because you know where these crawdads are is where the trout are feeding when they come up, especially at night. So the next time I come out here, I'm going to come out at night, but I'm going to drive over to the store and I'm going to talk to Rick to see or learn more about fishing this lake, and for me to have a better understanding of what to look for when I'm walking along a shoreline, and do I want to be shallow, do I want to be deep, what is it? So it is gorgeous out here, but I haven't caught anything, and I would rather spend a half hour going and talking to Rick right now, rather than sitting here and waiting for, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. But I know I have the right bait, and I know I'm hooked up correctly with how with the weight and the bait. But anyway, there's gonna be a lot more videos coming up with Mike and I both. We're gonna be back out here in late October at the Miramonte Reservoir before that lake freezes up, and when those crawdads are spawning and the fish are feeding before they can't get to the surface anymore. So that's another trip, but we're going to have in the fall. That'll be a week-long trip. But I'm going to have a lot of different trips. I come out here to fish this lake. I'll probably be up to Spinney and Antero and other lakes around here, and I'll be doing some night fishing also. So I'll have video of all that. So keep watching for other videos that are going to be uploaded, other adventures that we have. And I guarantee there's going to be some more action in other fishing videos we have. This one here is really more of a learning experience for me, and maybe some things I'm telling you might help you, especially if you come out here to 11 Mile Reservoir. Thanks for joining me here on Mike and Rick Outdoors. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out new videos. And I'll see you back out here in the next video.